Israel is undoubtedly one of the most strange countries in history. The world is divided into against the actions of this state, and there are many who love it and many who hate it. However, when the United States of America and the great states of Europe stand by this state, it can manage to be strong. They have derailed it so much that they can now target even the hospitals, where innocent people in Palestine are treated similarly. Their destruction of bakeries in areas where Palestinians live densely, such as Gaza, draws the reaction of the whole world. Prudent states such as Russia, Turkey, and Spain are trying to support the innocent people in Palestine as much as possible. However, this will never happen. It is not enough. Especially Turkey is carrying out a really good diplomacy on this issue and wants to solve the problems. So why is Israel such a state, and how did these people settle in the Middle East? If you are not familiar with the geography of Israel, the social structure of the society, and the important strategic points there, come to this video. Let us try to understand the general life and the geography. This is Israel, which has a long and narrow map with the status of a single state, where the majority of the population is Jewish. It has a total area of 22,145 kilometers within its borders and ceasefire lines, and hosts approximately 10 million people. In this area, Israel is both religious and religious. It is a country with many traditions in the culture and social field, so much so that it hosts many people from different beliefs and cultures within its borders. On the other hand, they are among the 50 largest economies in the world. Especially religious tourism is quite common in this country, and the fact that it causes constant conflicts in the Middle East is a defense against them. The city of Jerusalem is also highly developed in its industry. It is visited by many Muslims, Christians, and Jews every year. The presence of religiously sacred structures in the country, such as the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Wailing Wall, contributes significantly to religious tourism. In addition, there is not only religious tourism in Israel, but also the archaeological structures in the country. The fact that it is very well preserved and displayed in a manner suitable for tourism is attractive to visitors. From a touristic point of view, of course, it is not safe to go to this country even from a touristic point of view, because you can be in the middle of a war there at any time, because they receive a lot of reactions from the surrounding places such as Lebanon and Jordan. And there are hundreds of thousands of people who support Palestine in these countries. For example, if you have an Israeli stamp in your passport, you cannot enter countries such as Lebanon. However, the country's warm climate and beaches make it an extremely suitable place. In terms of soil fertility, in this sense, it is one of the countries of Israel today. It is located in the west of Israel, the Mediterranean in the north, Lebanon and Syria in the east, Jordan in the south, Egypt, Palestine, and the Red Sea. Moreover, there is no time difference between Israel and Turkey, and the flight from Istanbul to Israel takes an average of 2 hours. Of course, we can easily say that Israel is scorching hot, especially in summer, just like the rest of the Middle East. Even though Israel declared its independence 73 years ago, the country, it is still not possible to reach a clear agreement on the borders, because they are constantly demanding rights over more of the Palestinian land as their territory expands day by day. The living space of the Palestinian people decreases day by day. International law does not accept this, but Israel can do whatever it wants there, thanks to its powerful allies such as the USA. Since its foundation, there have been constant disputes, especially regarding Jerusalem. In the event of a conflict with Arab neighbors and the Palestinian people, the city of Jerusalem has been under the control of many civilizations throughout history. Many empires, including the Ottoman Empire were once sovereign over Jerusalem: Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. Jerusalem, which has great importance for its name, has been the scene of many wars and has been destroyed and rebuilt many times. For example, our ancestral states, the Ottoman Empire, took control of Jerusalem in 1517 and kept it under control until 1917. It is one of the important places considered sacred for Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. Part of it is located in East Jerusalem, the old city of Jerusalem, full of narrow streets with thousands of years of history, consists of four main parts. These are listed as Muslim, Jewish, Christian, and Armenian neighborhoods. Masjid al-Aqsa, which is considered one of the holiest places for Muslims, and the Dome of the Rock, Haram Sharif, where it is located in East Jerusalem. Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad ascended to the sky from here. For Jews, there is the Wailing Wall, which is located just below the Masjid al-Aqsa and is believed to belong to the temple. Built during the reign of Solomon, Jews considered this place as the holiest place of their faith. Christians believe that Jesus Christ was crucified and placed in his grave in the Church of the Holy Tomb in Jerusalem. This church is managed by representatives of different sects, including the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Armenian Patriarchate. The status of Jerusalem is one of the most central problems of the Israel-Palestinian conflict. Israel occupied East Jerusalem, which was under the control of Jordan until then, in the Six-Day War in 1967. It has been under Israeli occupation since then. Moreover, with the law adopted in 1980, they declared Jerusalem as the indivisible capital of the State of Israel today. Official institutions such as the Parliament, the Presidency, the Prime Ministry, and the ministries are located in Jerusalem. But Israel's capital city in Jerusalem is not recognized internationally. There is no country that keeps its Israeli embassy in Jerusalem. Turkey's Israeli embassy is also in Tel Aviv, but Turkey is in Jerusalem. It is one of the few countries that has a diplomatic representation. Turkey has a consulate general in Jerusalem in order to maintain its relations with the Palestinian administration. Turkey is represented at the ambassador level in the consulate general in Jerusalem. If you have had the opportunity to go there, you can see that most of the population is of Arab origin. Although official records show that 60% of the population in Jerusalem, it is assumed that it is made up of Jews, and the rest is said to include Arabs. While walking around the city, you can come across narrow streets and many shops. When you go to the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, you can witness many Jews praying there, crying. Many Jewish religious people grow their beards and sideburns, and some of them neglect to wear their traditional costumes. You can come across police officers and armed soldiers on almost every corner in the streets of Jerusalem. Due to the wars with Palestine, security is kept at a high level at all hours of the day. If a soldier suspects you, they can suddenly interrogate you and check your passport. In the middle of the market, you can see police officers with guns looking at you seriously, and almost half of the soldiers are women. Security problems can suddenly rise around Jerusalem. For this reason, the people there live an anxious life. If you hear a siren while you are there, you will see that almost everyone will head to safe areas. The siren sound scares the people and means a call for people to be on the alert. Especially religious people, huge conflicts occur between Muslims and Jews during holidays. Frankly, if you go there as a tourist, you may come across a fight or witness the police spraying gas bombs and water cannons on some activists. Moreover, the Jews see themselves as the chosen race, and in order to establish a truly Jewish state for themselves, they have to fight all over Palestine. They think that it is their right, because according to them, Palestine was given to the Jews by God. Even some extreme religious people do not want anyone except Jews in Jerusalem and its surroundings. The state of Israel continues to establish new Jewish cities in the regions they gained by occupying Palestine. Even though these settlements are against international laws, Israel and Palestine claims that it is not a real state. In 2002, Israel started to build a wall under the pretext of protecting civilians. But this wall that Israel built included lands that did not belong to them, according to Israel. This was a legitimate defense, and according to the Palestinians, this move illegal land music occupation has emerged, and the focus of these wars is mostly related to land. Therefore, if you look at the border changes since Israel's independence until today, you can see that the country's territory is constantly expanding and Palestine has been erased from the map. Today, Israel is 28,000 km² of the historical Palestinian land. Israel has captured 180 countries. They say that they once bought these lands from the Palestinians. Before the establishment of the state, Jews were living scattered lives in different countries of the world. Therefore, it was aimed to establish a Jewish state and to gather all Jews under one roof. The state of Israel was established in order to increase Jewish immigration to the country. For example, cash aid exceeding thousands of dollars is provided to married couples who settle in Israel, and the state of Israel provides unemployment benefits to Jews who cannot find work in other countries. Thus, Israel has tried to become a center of attraction for Jews, aims to protect its future. The Jewish population may constantly increase. Israel is a country that receives more than $3 billion of aid from America every year. They have highly developed weapons in the IT and defense industry. They are in a constant defense against the Palestinians and receive their financial resources from Western powers. They also develop their defense industries as a result of the support they receive from the West. They are successful. They are constantly investing in the defense industry, especially against the rockets coming from Palestine. In this sense, they are in a really good situation. In terms of unmanned aerial vehicles and their defense systems called Iron Dome, women in the country have to serve in the military. Israel, along with North Korea, is one of the rare countries where women enlist in the military, while 40% of them are women. The duration of military service is 2 years for women and 2.5 years for men. Therefore, the age to start university in Israel is 18, and it is 21 and 22. Life and plane tickets are really expensive in Israel. People are not extremely rich, and they are not very rich. Everyone lives a middle-class life. It is religiously forbidden for Jews to work on Saturdays, which are called the Sabbath in this country. That is why the weekend in the country is Friday and Saturday. In other words, the week starts on Sunday. Government institutions and banks are closed on Friday and Saturday. Jews do not have physical activity on this Sabbath, which is their holy day. They do not do any work that requires effort. Those days are special for Jews, and they devote their time to God. Shopping malls and shops in the country close on Friday afternoons and usually open again on Sundays. General life in the country is divided into religious and westernized societies. For example, in Israel, women who wear short shorts are religious. In fact, wearing short shorts in some schools can even lead to suspensions. The young girls there say that boys can easily wear shorts. We can easily say that this is actually happening. In fact, the issue is much more than just hanging a piece of fabric. Since the establishment of the State of Israel about 70 years ago, people have been opposing each other. It lives divided into two poles. On one side, there is a section that puts westernized libertarian values at the center of its life, while on the other side, there is a religious and conservative section that affects the balance of Israel. For example, there are writings on some walls in Jerusalem reminding women how to dress in society. Number of men dressed in black. Jesus, it is increasing day by day in the country, according to them. A woman is obliged to protect herself in all situations. Women should not wear skirts that exceed the knee, according to extreme religious people. The rules of Judaism in Israel should be at the highest level, and therefore every person should base their understanding of life on the rules of Judaism. Since Israel is not a secular state, it is on the streets or in state institutions. The words of this section have weight in almost every issue. Therefore, there is a constant disagreement between religious people and other Western-minded Israeli people. What I have explained generally applies to Jerusalem and its surroundings in Tel Aviv, one of Israel's other major cities. People live more freely. The issues they protest are generally related to violence against women and restrictions on women. In fact, some women take their actions against extreme religious people in the most opposite way possible. In short, if you go to Israel, you will see that on one side there are extreme religious people and their rules, and on the other side, they are trying to prevent public order from falling into the hands of religious people. If you are going to visit Israel or go there to live, you have to make different choices in light of all this. Israel will never be a completely safe and livable country. Goodbye. See you in the new video.